Okay.
Look who I ran into! Subscribe to Rosa.
Subscribe, like, comment, turn on that notification bell. Yeah.
Merry Christmas. Hello, I'm Rose. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, I'm clearly not using a tripod right now. My phone is sitting on a shelf. It's like, oh my god, I can't say good morning or anything because it is 5 p.m. And as it will probably say in the title, I am going to be pulling probably not an actual all-nighter, but I will be working on my final that is due tomorrow for the rest of the night. And I'm actually doing a whole, I was gonna do a separate series, video, whatever, about making this project, except that did not happen. It did not turn out the way I was hoping. Nothing ever does. So I think I'm just gonna try and put it all into this video, including some of the clips from when I first, like the first beginning, whatever, of making this project. So if I have time, I will insert those right now. If I did not insert those, I'm just gonna do a quick little recap. So the assignment is for my writing with visuals project, where I made the decision to do an artist book. And my theme was supernatural, which kind of morphed throughout the term to be mythology. And then it went from like retelling mythology stories that already exist to inventing my own mythology and stories and stuff like that. So this is me, and I invented my own mythology and some stories for inside that mythology. And they're kind of weird. I wasn't sure where to start, so I literally just used a random word generator and I created stories based off those random word generators, like whatever words appeared. For example, what's the first one? So I got the words twilight, earthquake, quirl, grain, growth. And then I can't remember if it was a word or if it was something I added in, but I also got 365 days. So the story is, at the beginning there is twilight, but an earthquake divides it into night and day and a third piece that is neither. And that creates earth. And then after 365 days, these grains that were from like the shattered twilight universe grow into worlds/beings, and those are what we know as the sun, the earth, and the moon. The sun and the moon are both actual beings, but the earth is kind of like this weird in-between that the sun and moon kind of rule over, and that's what begins the quarrel between the two of them. But at the end of the day, they are all a piece of each other, meaning they're the same person, they're just different personalities. And that is the creation of the worlds, as well as why the year has 365 days. And that's the first story. Obviously none of this is real, but it's kind of funny, and honestly it makes sense with the storyline, so I'm just going with it. And then I narrated this story in a poem sort of format. So the poem for this story would be, before all else, there was twilight. Then a convulsion shattered it into 3, which is like grains. 365 days from grains they grew. 3 worlds are born as beings. The sun a monster, the moon a god, the earth neither. And yeah, so now I have to illustrate that story, but I still have to have the riddle in my project. And my project, I decided, is going to be a zine. It's called a zine. I went to go like have the conference with my professor and explain my project, and I said zine like 5 times. I said zine. She had to keep stopping me and getting me to like say it again and again and again. And even now I keep saying zine, but it's zine because it's based off magazine. Ugh. Okay, anyways. It's this little like booklet made out of paper, and what it is it's just a folded piece of paper. When you unfold it, it becomes this. So you have different panels, and then you fold it back up, and it's a book. And that is a zine. Oh my god. So I wanted to do small, and then I wanted to do big, and then I wanted to do different paper. And so I started with this. This was my first attempt, and I kind of did like, I wrote down the stories and the ideas and stuff. And then I did this. This I did while I was home, and that would have been this like part 2, whatever, if I showed any of that on this paper. But this paper is kind of fragile. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be like, I don't even know what it's meant to be, but it's really fragile, and I don't think paint or anything is really gonna stick to it. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go big. So then I made these. And just for reference, I make like 2 to 4 of these every time I make them. So then I made these. But then I was like, this paper is too flimsy. Plus it's way too big. So then I made this. This one's not currently folded. I made this. And then I was like, perfect, it's great, I'm gonna use it. I just sewed the cover so I'd be able to paint on the paper without worrying about the paper getting like ruined or anything. But this is due tomorrow. I cannot draw anything to fill up this times 4 tonight. I can't. That's way too much. So now my plan is to actually take the gessoed papers, and I will do my illustration and text and stuff on this, but I'm going to cut it down to fit into here. So now I have the size, I have the paper, but it's on this instead of that. And what I'll do is I will either glue it down or just temporarily put it on and tape it. Hopefully I'll be able to glue it, but if not, it's fine. And that is what we were doing tonight. I'm so sorry for how long that was. So yeah, anyways, let's get started. That is so annoying, but as soon as I turn it off, it is so hot in here. I just want to watch a movie while I do this, and it's taking forever to load. But I was working on this, and then I realized the freaking texture from the gesso, which means I didn't need to gesso these at all. I could have just used the paper since I'm using colored pencils, but I wasn't sure if I was going to use colored pencils. I was thinking I was going to use paint, but I don't want to use paint because I don't want to bring all of my paint down here and then have to wait for everything to dry. So now I'm doing colored pencils, which means I have to use the back of the paper, and I gessoed for nothing. That was so freaking painful. So my Uber app stopped working, and I could not figure out why, but it just refused to work. So I was like, fine, whatever, I don't need Uber. But then tonight I was like, wait a minute, why don't I change my debit card since I now have a new one? Maybe it will work then. So I try it, and it works, and the charge goes through. But then it glitches, and it goes back to checkout. It literally said it was processed, it had gone through, and then it says it goes right back to checkout. So I tried it again. And then I was like, okay, the app's not working. So then I go to, what is it? The website, like the online website, whatever. That one doesn't work at all either. So I finally walked over to McDonald's and I got some fucking McDonald's. And you know what? I fucking deserve this after both today, Uber Eats being an asshole, and the fact that I was determined enough for McDonald's to walk to McDonald's. Well, it's fucking dark out. I deserve this. Fuck. I also have no food, so it's either I still haven't gone grocery shopping, and I can't go grocery shopping for until like tomorrow after class. So I'm gonna enjoy this now. I'm gonna go get my shit from the art room, come back up here, and I'm gonna work in front of the fucking TV because I was trying to watch a movie and it would not fucking work because nothing worked today. I'm not allowed to cry today either. I have too much shit to do. So I may or may not just curl up in bed after going grocery shopping tomorrow and just cry. Probably not, but I will be curling up on the couch tomorrow after I go grocery shopping. Okay. I'm currently editing the next day. I just finished handing in my exam and I forgot I said I was gonna do this, but you know what? Yes, I'm going to be curled up on the couch today. That's actually so funny though. I just opened my advent calendar. I literally just missed the snow. Like, I just missed it. I'm still gonna have to walk to class in the snow, but I missed getting my papers all wet, whatever. I don't know. I still have one more story I need to illustrate. And that's the, but I'm waiting for the other ones to dry. And I think what my plan will be, if I can't finish this one, at least I have two. Hello. At least I have two. And hopefully that will be good enough. Because, like, it's not like I just sat down and said, okay, I'm gonna do this in a couple of hours. Like, this has taken me a combination of maybe 20 hours to do. And the majority of that time was planning. And then the other half was literally, like, painting it and doing it. So, I think I did enough. I wish I could have done more, but I'm pretty certain I've done enough, so Yay. Okay, we are in the last hour of getting this done. I got 2 of them done. I still need to do the covers though, but I'm gonna do those like really quickly, nothing too elaborate or whatever. And I think I'm just gonna do it in graphite and like colored pencils and not worry about anything that needs to be like sealed or whatever. But my glue sucks. Luckily, I do have double-sided tape. If I could get the other side off, that would be great. And I'm just kind of doing this right now. But oh my god, I'm so happy that I'm almost done. If only this shit would come off. Oh my god. I realized as I was gluing these ones down, I forgot to write on some of the pictures. I don't even understand how I did that, but I did it. So I also need to write on them and hope that they don't like rub off or something because I've already sealed them. Oh my god. On the bright side, it stopped snowing, so I hopefully won't have to walk in the snow. That's like I'm looking at bright sides right now. Okay, but you can't tell me that doesn't actually look kind of good.